Hello friends, this video on food production enhancement part 15 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Tissue culture. So with this we have reached towards the end of this lesson. So let us quickly look at some of the questions just to check if you have got it right or not. Question number 1. If your family owned a dairy farm, what measures would you undertake to improve the quality and quantity of milk production? Now, as I mentioned before also, that if we want good management of the dairy farm, two things matter: the quantity of milk being produced, secondly the quality of milk that is being produced. So how can you ensure that both of them are good? By remembering some of these. Selection of good quality breeds with high milk yielding potential, because not all the animals have high milk yielding potential. Some of them produce more milk, some of them produce less milk. So selection of the right quality breeds is important. Proper feeding of the cattle, because if the cattle is healthy, only then you will get good quality milk. Otherwise the quantity and quality both will be compromised. So the cattle should be fed with fodder in appropriate quantity. Cleanliness should be maintained, whether you talk about the shelter of the cattle or you talk about the milking of cows or packaging of the milk. So in all respect, cleanliness has to be maintained so that the animals can remain disease free. Disease resistant breeds. So selection of those breeds of animals which are resistant to pathogens, so that would help the animal to remain healthy. Regular visits by veterinary doctors, because as animals cannot communicate with us directly, so if a doctor visits regularly and check the animal, so they can just make out if the animal is completely healthy or not. So these are some of the things which should be remembered in order to ensure that quality and quantity of milk production is not compromised in your dairy farm. Question number 2. Which part of the plant is best suited for making virus-free plants and why? Now, I was just talking about this when we discussed tissue culture, that even if a plant is infected by a virus, most likely the meristems will not get infected. So meristems would be the best part for tissue culture. They will act as the best explants because they are not infected. So they remain virus free even if the plant is infected. So apical meristem or axillary meristems would be the best plant part for making new healthy plants. And how can we make new healthy plants? By the process of tissue culture. So we just extract out the meristems from the diseased plant and then put it in culture. That is, we put it in a medium, the nutrient rich medium, and what happens? Then the healthy plants grow out of it. So we can recover healthy plants from diseased ones. Question number 3. What is the major advantage of producing plants by micropropagation? What is micropropagation? So using the concept of tissue culture where multiple plants are produced in a short period of time, that is micropropagation. So the first benefit is that large number of plants will be produced in a very less time. Obviously, this is the most important benefit. Healthy plants can be recovered from diseased plants, like as you saw, even if the plant is affected, sometimes the meristems are not affected. So the meristems can be utilized to produce healthy plants. Genetically identical plants can be produced. So wherever you start, if you have selected an original plant, you can remain tension free that all the plants that will get produced, they will be exactly genetically identical to the original plant. So they are all going to be clones of each other. Question number 4. Find out what the various components of the medium used for propagation of an explant in vitro are. Okay, now as I said, so you take an explant, that is a small plant part, and then you grow it in a medium. But that medium should be rich in nutrients. So what are the components that should be present in the medium that will make it nutrient rich medium? So some of the very important components which has to be there are a source of carbon like sucrose, which can act as a food for the plant, vitamins, amino acids, inorganic salts, growth hormones. They are very important because you want the plant to grow, and for growth you need the growth hormones like auxins and cytokinin. So these growth regulators are also required to control the growth. So these are some of the components which, if present in the medium will be called the nutrient medium. Question number 5. Name the methods employed in animal breeding. According to you, which of the methods is best and why? Now, we already discussed all the types of methods which are involved in animal breeding. There are two categories of methods. One is the natural methods and the other one is artificial methods. In natural methods also there are various types of breeding, like inbreeding, where animals belonging to the same breed are mated. You have outcrossing, where animals from same breed but no common ancestors. That means unrelated animals are mated. So in inbreeding, closely related animals are mated. That means these animals share common ancestors at least in the last 5 to 6 generations. Whereas in outcrossings, they are not related since they do not have any common ancestors, so they are not related. Then another type of crossing is called crossbreeding, where animals from different breeds are mated. And finally, interspecific hybridization, where animals from different species are mated. Now, this is inbreeding and all these fall under the category of outbreeding. But all these methods are natural methods because here the mating happens naturally between the male and the female. And in all of them, it is ensured that a superior male and a superior female are selected so that a superior progeny can be obtained. So these are the natural methods for animal breeding. On similar lines, there are artificial methods as well, where the mating doesn't happen between a male and female naturally. Rather, it is forcefully made to happen. So how? So one method is artificial insemination, where the semen is taken out from the body of the male and it is directly injected into the female's reproductive tract. So that is how the mating part is done, artificially with the help of injections. The second method is MOIT, that is multiple ovulation embryo technology. So what happens in this? The female animal is given some hormones which will cause super ovulation. That is, instead of releasing one egg, it will release multiple eggs. Maybe some 6 or 7 eggs will be released. And then the animal is fertilized, that means artificially inseminated, and then what happens? The fertilized egg are then transferred from that animal to other surrogate mothers. So in this case, what is the advantage? That instead of getting one new animal, you end up getting 7 to 8 new animals in almost the same time with the help of surrogate mothers. So these are the two artificial methods of animal breeding. Now if you ask which is a preferred method, now all of these is being done by human beings for their own profit because they want food from these animals, and that is why these are being done. So we can say that human beings are trying to be selfish. Now any natural method for this particular animal, for example for this cow, the natural method might be better. But if you look at a point of view from the perspective of human beings, that is from the perspective of enhancing the food production, then artificial method is better. That is because in this you have the entire control of when to inseminate the animal, and there are no limitations of natural mating process, because there might be so many limitations when you actually want the animals to mate amongst each other. So all those limitations are taken care of. So artificial methods are better when you think from the perspective of human beings who need more and more food from the animals. So that ways we would say that artificial insemination or MOIT would be better methods than the natural methods of inbreeding or outbreeding. So with this we have reached towards the end of this lesson, and I hope that this lesson on enhancement of food production would have helped you. So see you all in the next lesson. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for an easy 4-step learning process absolutely free of cost. Watch video lessons, ask questions, refer notes, and take an online test. Thank you once again.